After so many calamitous events, it isn't any big surprise that the Marvel Universe has entered another war for its future. And, for how many major events have been centered around Marvel's symbiotes, it isn't any big surprise that Eddie Brock has ended up right in the middle of yet another that just so happens to revolve around Venom. Unfortunately, as seen in the pages of Venom War Number 1 by Al Ewing, Iban Coelho, Frank Darmada, and VC's Ariana Maher, it isn't any ancient villain or overtly malevolent force that Eddie is at war with this time around. Instead, he is up against his very own son, Dylan, who has no intentions of backing down from the fight that awaits them. As story began with, Eddie crashes a fight night at the Unlimited Class Wrestling Federation with Bedlam, Tyro, and Wild. Defeating the champions of the ring one by one, Eddie's single where Eddie defeats the first man in one move, after Tyro and Wild follow up by defeating other members in ring, and finally Bedlam defeats the last standing man, but before defeating him, he asks him, "Last standing man? Does it mean you win the belt?" Now it revealed that all this commotion is to announce that Eddie is going to war and will take down whoever stands in his way. Now we see a recap of the events, regarding how Venom become the black suit of Spider-Man, then how Spider-Man gets rid of Venom, how Venom reached to Eddie, fight between Spider-Man and Venom, how Eddie become the King in Black. Now scene shift to Peter's room, where Peter see a costume of his old black suit. Amazed by it, he try to wear it, but after he wear it, Venom suddenly say, "Peter, don't freak out." Now scene shift to Dylan Brock, who it taking to someone, upset regarding the matter that happened to him. He realized that he failed to connect with Symbiont's side and talk about things that are keep hidden from him by the Venom, those who he realized after Carnage show him about it. It now reveals that Dylan Brock was taking to his future self, who is telling him about the massacre Eddie would do in near future if he got the Venom symbiote that is missing after Carnage incident. Now suddenly enter Tox and ask him about who are you taking to Dylan, and told him about Eddie Brock that it's your dad Dylan, he's on TV. Dylan, who is suffering from understanding how to stop his father from the fate he faces if he plays host to Venom, gets a visit from his future self. Future Dylan has a plan to stop it all from happening, but needs Dylan's help. Of course, Dylan is terrified, but what must be done has to be done. Now we go to Alchemax, who recently acquired the Life Foundation, now in the symbiote business. Now, is having a meeting in which we see that they are able to modify a symbiont to be used to win Venom War. It is named as Chemical K-44. However, one of the coolest aspects of this event is the use of Spider-Man. This Venom event is secretly a Spider-Man one, which is revealed as Venom's symbiote seeks Spider-Man's help. Ewing expertly navigates the rather complicated history of the symbiote in an easy-to-follow flashback, which ties Spider-Man into things nicely. At the same time, the symbiote gets its heroic arc, as it doubts itself. But Peter trusts it can learn and do the right thing going forward. Venom tells about when he wanted to bond with Spider-Man, the humblest and kind host he's ever had. Then he shows how Peter didn't want to be hosted to Venom, understandably so. Overall, Venom feels he's a machine of destruction. He hurts everyone he comes into contact with, which is a fair conclusion given his history. Now Dylan reach to Unlimited Class Wrestling Federation with the help of Sleeper, hear fact that Venom is missing, revealed to Eddie. He was furious hearing about it, but at the last second, we find out that's just not the case. Now with Venom Grand Entry, he is back in the fold with none other than Spider-Man and Eddie and Dylan ready for war. Who knows what chaos lies ahead?